Alright, so this is gonna sound pretty crazy. Well, I mean, nothing should be, I mean, everything I say sounds crazy, but I think that we created a genocide with Japan. And the thing is, I've mentioned it before that, the stronger males volunteer, for patriotic duties, and we usually die. And so all that's left is the soy boys. And think about how desperate Japan got during World War II and how many strong men died for Japan. At the same time, and so what that goes down to is the birth rate is dropping dramatically, and the population is diminishing, and essentially the Japanese are an endangered species, and I actually just stole that line from a little documentary called Substitutes. Instead of a prostitute, it's a silicone doll that men are having sex with and whatnot. And I guess, there's even there's females with companionships with them as well. So with that being said, the destruction of families and the nuclear family and whatnot, and well, that's what's kind of familiar about all this too, is that we used in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, we dropped 2 atomic bombs, and the thing is, how much that fallout went into the rest of the population and whatnot. I mean, so they were exposed to tremendous amounts of fallout and whatnot. Not to mention Fukushima. I hope people are starting to see a little bit of, whatever the case is and stuff. And the rabbit hole goes really, really deep. Really deep. I just, what I'm bringing up is, it's facts. It's my opinionated facts. It's facts with my opinions. It's commentary. Um, you know, um, you know, it, it's just, we have to look in the mirror. We've been at, war for all these years. And the thing is that I don't think that America has been in one legitimate war. I really don't. I mean, all right, so World War One, the Germans put out, like, hey, stop sending, stop playing both sides. Either help us or, stop helping them, or, whatever the hell it is. Stop messing with our war. We're going to start sinking their ships. And so they used the Lusitania, which was, a passenger vessel supplied with munitions for Britain and whatnot, and then sunk. I think it was like 1,400 or 2,000 people died. A lot of people died. So we had advanced warning about that there were U-boats in, Hudson Harbor, or Hudson Bay, and whatnot. Harbor. I always get the bays and the harbors confused. Then, World War II, we put all these embargoes upon Japan, essentially forcing them to, go to war with us. We refused to acknowledge that we've interpreted information weeks prior, even though there's evidence of this, because there was no aircraft carrier that sank, because that was, that's sovereign American territory. And with so that was a stage setup. The Gulf of Tonkin incident in Vietnam, never freaking, it was a false flag. Then, the Gulf War, we gave Saddam Hussein permission to go into Kuwait to take oil, and do its thing and stuff, because Iraq was fighting Iran and whatnot, and then all of a sudden, it's like, oh wait, and what was it, 91? That we went into Iraq, the Gulf War, and we were like, no, we're not doing this. And the thing is that all the intel was wrong. That was a BS incident, and I'm not going into all the facts behind that, but that was a BS incident. Then look at the war on terror, global war on terrorism. Well, the Saudi involvement during 9/11 is irrefutable. We never found any weapons of mass destruction. Destruction. Osama bin Laden was interviewed a few months prior to 9/11 by CNN. Even though he was like one of the most wanted men in the world, apparently. And Saddam and Osama bin Laden, they work for CIA. The CIA is dangerous. Plus the destruction of the World Trade Center. There's irrefutable evidence. That there was more going on, and there's no way that jet fuel could do all that damage. No way. And especially for the fire damage that was done to World Trade Center 7. No, I don't think so. And that's the thing, is like, what really caused all that concrete to pulverize and stuff, and and the thing is, what I'm starting to realize about the Pentagon is that part of the reason why they didn't want to show the footage is because there's the possibility that there were secondary explosives used. And what's crazy is how come the plane crashing into the Pentagon didn't leave molten steel, but Ground Zero did? And how is it that the Pentagon, there was furnishings that were undisturbed, perfectly intact, wooden desk, papers, and all that, everything fine. But, and they were able to put out those fires within, the day, essentially. Whereas the Ground Zero, that was months, at least 2, I think it went up to 3 months. Um, so that's pretty insane, huh? And part of the reason why it looked like there was, where's all the debris? Well, that's because people forget about the parking structures, and so you got. I'm not too certain how deep, how big the garages are in the um, at the original Twin Towers and stuff, or at the original World Trade Center. But you figure you got, I mean, figure that it's built, with 3 floors, for instance. There's probably more than that. Probably like four or something like that, five. But so right there, I mean, we got, an excess of, got about 40 feet deep right there. So that's gonna, take away some of the, it's gonna make the pile look smaller than it actually is. And so what I'm really trying to point out here is that we've been lied to big time, and it's up to us to actually do something about this. I mean, we've got to do something now. We got all this divide and conquer that's happening. No, we're being lied to big time, and what I can say the best thing to do is don't join the state. I joined the state, and you know, being in the military and everything like that, and well, it's difficult. I'm just saying, don't join law enforcement, because all you're doing is enforcing the laws. All one is doing is enforcing the laws of the corporations and the policymakers. They're not. The police are not here for us. They're here to enforce the laws. Whenever they come out to a scene, they're trying to see what laws are broken to enforce them. I'm not anti-police or anything like that. I'm anti-military. I'm just saying, don't join the state. Be safe, be kind, stay strong. I love you all. And yeah, I hope you all take this in consideration.